what is going on? There's nothing on the shelves. Look at this. They're just wiped out. I mean, if I even wanted to get something, I couldn't. It's not there. My goodness, people are going crazy. I don't know what we're going to do. I'm in a panic mode here, and I don't know what I'm going to do. All the shelves are bare. I'm just freaking out here. I'm going to starve to death. I mean, it's the end of the world as we know it. Hey, this is Tracy from Esther 414 Ministries with something to think about. I don't know if you've noticed lately, but people seem to be kind of freaking out. I mean, they're going into like panic state. Today, I'm going to be in Psalm chapter 91, and I'm going to be in verses 5 and 6. I want you to listen to this. You need not fear the terrors of the night, the arrow that flies by day, the plague that comes in the darkness, or the disease that comes at noon. This text really does describe what's going on in society right now, dealing with the coronavirus, or renamed the COVID-19 virus. People are in a panic. They are fearing. They're going crazy. I mean, you would think it's the end of the world as everybody knows it, and they're never ever going to be able to get a hold of any toilet paper, no hand sanitizer. I mean, all of a sudden they're not going to be able to get any food. My husband and I went to 3 different stores today, and the story was the same, honestly. You went to the bread aisle. I mean, I've never seen emptier racks. They were empty across. They had these papers going down it saying limit 2 per person. And then because of what's going on with the coronavirus, we're running low on. And then they had this list of things, the hand sanitizer, the paper towels, the toilet paper, and a couple other things. And literally those things that they named on that list, it's almost like a person went in there and they wrote all these things down, and then they darted to each one of those aisles and then just took up everything that they could. And they were wiped out. Literally, it was like the store was just starting and they were getting ready to stock them up, and there was nothing on the shelves. There was nothing there. I mean, they were cleared out. Every store we went to was the same story. And then we even went to like a Ross TJ Maxx, and that store was affected. And you're like, how in the world could that be affected? There's no food there. There's no sanitizer. Yeah, but some of their imports had come from like China, and apparently it looks like they can't get any more imports, so they didn't have lots of stuff on their shelves. I mean, they were pretty empty. And then the population of people shopping in there was maybe 2 or 3 people in there. I'd never seen it so empty on a weekend. This is what I experienced today while I was out. All this panic, this fear. It was an over dramatization of it, but you really could see it in people. They really were fearful. They were angry. There was a spirit of irritability about people. You could just feel it all around you. Well, let me tell you where it's coming from. People are getting their focus off of God and onto things. Our verse today, it talks about we don't need to fear that stuff. We need to look at the Lord, and the Lord will protect you. And see, how do we know that we can even claim that verse? Well, you have to go down a few more verses to 14. We're in Psalm 91, verse 14. This is how it reads. The Lord says, because he is devoted to me, I will deliver him. I will protect him because he is loyal to me. When you read that verse, you should have a little bit of a light bulb go off in your head to where you realize, oh, that's why I really need to obey the Lord. This is why I need to listen to him, because he's going to protect me from things like this, from these plagues, from these diseases that come along. Let me give you a key principle to all of this. What I noticed is if you take your eyes off of God, you are going to sink. Here's what I noticed today. There were 2 different types of people out there today. Those who were putting their trust in God, who were grounded in Him, who put their faith in God. And they were resting and trusting in the promises of God. They were holding to Psalm 91. And the other group, well, they were just all falling apart, and they were afraid, and they had no hope. Now let me ask you a question. Over this past week or so, which group would you say describes you more? So I want you to listen to this. You need not fear the terrors of the night, the arrow that flies by day, the plague that comes in the darkness, or the disease that comes at noon. I hope this helps you to get your eyes focused back on the Lord and not on everything that's going on out there in society. This has been Tracy from Esther 414 Ministries with something to think about.
Toilet paper gone. I can't believe it. The whole world is out of toilet paper. What are we as humans going to do?